Hello and what is up YouTube? My name is G3Iron and today we are showing off a couple of different sources and tools for you to check out if you are enjoying Wolcen Lords of Mayhem. So for those of you who are new to the channel, if you've never been here before, we love doing specifically mostly Path of Exile featured content where we love featuring different build helps as well as different tools that you can use that are created by community members just like you and me to help one another enjoy the games that we already know and love. And one of the things that I love about Path of Exile is the number of people that get into PoE and that use all of their various talents and skills to provide additional benefit to us as community members. And it looks like Wolcen is taking off in that same vein, that there are a lot of community members that have a lot of different talents, whether that's creating builds, whether that's creating showcased features, whether that's creating what we're looking at here, which is third-party tools to be able to show off and help you theory craft out builds that you'd like to try. So this particular build planner was put together and was released on, at least I was made aware of it on Reddit about a day and a half ago, and it's by KexDev, and this is essentially what the build planner looks like as an image. You can actually go in and interact with it. All of the various tools that we are referencing today, by the way, will be included down below in our video description. So if you'd like to go and check out any of the things that we're chatting about today, you can do so for yourself and use them and see whether or not they're helpful to you in your enjoyment of this particular game. So this particular passive tree planner deserves highlighting because it's online. In my opinion, this is one of the better features of a passive planner. It's nice to have it offline, and if it's offline only, that's, you know, even better. But a lot of players actually complain about not having an online feature for actually sharing passive trees, right? And at the moment in the game, it's a little bit wonky. If you want to actually share a build, you essentially have to go around and make a YouTube video of your entire build and showcase your passive tree and showcase your skills, etc. If you actually want to be able to effectively share your build as of the moment. So what I love about this particular passive tree designer is that it is online. You can share and export and import other people's builds and passive trees. You can click anywhere on the tree and the tree itself will allocate that particular passive for you. The top left portion of the tree and of your web page will actually show you the allocated points that you've got, the stats that you're getting off of those points. If at any point in time you want to reset the tree, you can just hit the reset button and boom, it goes back to zero. In the top right hand side, you can create a build name for it, so we can put test, haha, G3Iron, and then you can change up the amount of stats that you've actually got into your build if at any point in time you'd like to do that. So in other words, if you're building a build, if you need a template to share a build that you are using in Wolcen Lords of Mayhem, I would highly recommend using this because you can actually share with people exactly the amounts of ferocity, toughness, agility that you need to pump into the build, and then you can actually share what exactly the tree is going to look like. You can even spin these rings. This is all a function on this particular website. And by the way, this particular website is being worked on by a single one individual developer, and he's got a Patreon, wolcen.dev, and so he's got a Patreon supporter link, so that's also going to be included down below in the video description if you want to continue to support his efforts and his work as he is working on this amazing tool for us to be able to use as we go about sharing and building various theory crafting ideas inside Wolcen Lords of Mayhem. All right, so that's the first thing we were going to talk about today. The second thing that I wanted to talk about today is actually one content creator. I wanted to give a big shout out to Mattjestic Multigaming, somebody in our G3 Discord, a longtime member of the Good Guy Gaming community. Diz actually reached out and said, hey, you ought to go and check out this guy's videos for a couple of different builds, and I did, and it's amazing the amount of content that Mattjestic Multigaming is pumping out here over the last couple of days. He's got like 6 or 7 different build guides, I think just in the last 24 hours alone. Yeah, look at this. Oh my goodness, this is like, what is this, 12 video guides like in the last day. I mean, this guy is just pumping out video after video after video where he is testing things, putting things into action, and then showing you exactly what the gameplay looks like. So if you're looking for somebody who is really diving deep into all of the different gameplay aspects of Wolcen, and then who is really diving deep into actually showing off what a build looks like and walking through that, this guy's a wonderful, wonderful build guide creator and wonderful, wonderful content discussion host for us as a community to get behind, as well as to go and enjoy his content and his concepts and his ideas. Okay, so that's the second thing I wanted to show. The last thing that I wanted to show today is this, which is an endgame build list. In Path of Exile, we've got these all over the place. We've got these for basically every single class that you could imagine. playing in Path of Exile, where we've got hubs, right? Hubs for people to post their build guides on. And presently, this is our present attempt at it inside Wolcen. So we don't have classes in Wolcen, so the way how I created this particular thread was essentially to say, hey, if you've got a build that you want to submit that's actually endgame viable, that's made it past level 50, that's just our arbitrary minimum number, then submit it. You can post on the thread, and then you can see we've already got one. I've been reaching out to a whole bunch of different build guide creators to say, hey, is it okay if we feature your build guide in this one-stop shop where players can come and just look and see a hub, essentially a gathering place of where there's a whole bunch of different builds that you can then click on and redirect from. The forums right now for Wolcen and as well as for Reddit are just a mess. There's no other way to put it. And so one of the ideas behind this is essentially to say, okay, is there any way that we can make it so that way, rather than having the mess that is the forums and Reddit, is there a one-stop shop that we can go to redirect traffic, to redirect flow towards people who are actually putting time into building build guides and then showcasing those build guides off? So I think I've got about 10 different messages out to 10 different build guide creators, so we're going to continue to fill this out throughout the day as people get back to me. Rizel's Plague Assassin has actually already got back to me, and his tagline for his build is, with this build you can teleport and dash between mobs like crazy. I've actually taken a look and messed around with some of the skills in game. It is a very, very fun build, and he's played it to level 47, so it was close to level 50, and he's leveling through 50 throughout the rest of the day. So he's going to be there in no time. Anyway, if you've got a build and want to submit one, you can, of course, go to this particular thread, drop me a comment, let me know, and send me the link to the build that you are playing through and that you would like featured. If you know somebody else in the community that's got a great guide that you'd like submitted and you'd like put at a one-stop shop location where other players can go and actually reference, hey, what are actual endgame build guides that are tested out, then that's what you can do. You can drop me an email, or, of course, you can go and post on the endgame thread. Well, thanks so much for watching, everybody. That's just a couple of community tools that we're throwing out there. A content creator, a community tool, and then a community hub that we are involved in, and wanted to shout out to all of you in the community to get involved if you are enjoying and playing through Wolcen and having fun. God forbid that we're having fun playing a video game rather than just raging and upset about it. If you're having fun and enjoying Wolcen, then hopefully these couple of tips as well as tools will be useful to you. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope today is the day a Mirror of Calandra drops for you. Thanks for watching that video. If you'd like more information on any of our discussion points today, you can see them down below in the video description. If you'd also like to join our Discord or support our Patreon, you can do so with the links down below. Thanks again, and big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters.